my butt look big in these pants. Ooh, ooh, I'm hoping it looks round and smackable.
Let's see,
Do you have any,
recording. Yes.
you need any sponsors? Or should I keep that hat out of the way?
I don't need any sponsors, but if you think Ruka Clothing out in Ventura County, California, Ruka
Are you
Aloha
going to get
in
sued
Hawaii.
by them if I wear this? Are you going to get sued? No.
No, I hope not. What are you drinking?
I'm drinking vodka with a little bit of water. Usually I put a splash of cranberry. That's kind of my go-to drink, but I'm out of that. So how about you?
I'm drinking a little bit of the same with some
Wait.
chai tea.
With chai tea. That would give me such a panic attack. The combination, the whole like caffeine alcohol thing. I used to do like the Red Bull and vodka or whatever. Now I feel like I'm on crack when I do that. Just two different things. I'm like, I'm drunk, but I'm up, but yeah. But good luck with that. Cheers. Cheers.
Cheers. So in college, we used to have a similar drink to Red Bull that tasted way better because Red Bull is just, who came up with that flavor?
It tastes like battery acid, but yeah.
Yeah, I never drank battery acid, but if I can imagine.
Well, it was one time I was having a bad day and ran out of nooses. But yeah, I don't want to talk about that. But what were you saying? Too soon?
No, they had this energy drink called a 180. Have you ever had that?
No, I don't think so.
So picture an energy drink that tasted like orange soda.
Okay.
Like a sun-kissed soda.
Like,
yeah, but with a little bit of the energy taste to it. But
right.
That with vodka was actually something that could go down pretty well.
Yeah, like a screwdriver on steroids. I've had like flavored, like the Monster, like orange flavor. Like I've had orange flavored energy drinks. So yeah, that would be good. I could see that. I actually topped this off just for flavor with a little bit of the orange flavored, what's that soda everyone likes now, the French name?
LaCroix?
LaCroix. I put a little bit of orange LaCroix on the top of this just for flavor.
Okay, I could see that.
Don't judge me. It's kind of good.
A lot of people like it.
I love it. And I have a straw so I could drink twice as fast. I want to recreate my experience at my favorite bar, which I don't know if you've heard of it. Two favorite bars. That's one of them. The other one is in West Hollywood.
Okay.
It starts with a B. It's a beanery.
Barney's!
Yeah.
I love Barney's.
I know someone told me they might not make it through this. They might not reopen it. I got really depressed. They better.
They have to.
But when I go to Barney's Beanery, they know me. They just, before I even order, they set down a big one. I always get the big because it's a double. None of this short glass shit. The double vodka, Tito's soda, or a flat water, splash of cran. So I try to recreate that at home. I put it in the big glass with the straw because they put in a straw. Plastic, not paper. And yeah, so I'm trying to recreate that I'm at a bar.
Yeah, we're doing our part to save the environment, you know? I mean, as long as you reuse that plastic.
Yeah, right? No, I do. I use like all night. I'll just keep reusing it.
Yeah, I like that. I like that. So I'm going to record the quick intro, even though we've already introed. Hey, everyone. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you for listening to the Answer Me Love podcast. My guest this week is Jason Rennebu, one of my greatest friends of all time. I love you, Jason.
I love you, man.
Let's see. We have many Hollywood memories.
Many, and we have a lot of other memories on the road.
That's true. Jason used to have that coffee shop show on Tuesday nights.
Yeah, Rock Paper. May it rest in peace.
Did they close it?
It's under different management now, and it's not Rock Paper. It's something else. So it's not the same.
Yeah. So you would go and it was free beer, or you could bring your own beer.
Oh, I guess we can't get in trouble anymore. Yeah. No, it wasn't free beer, but we did sell beer.
Oh.
But it was cheap. It was like
for a donation.
Yeah, there was no cover, so it's kind of like a donation. Yeah, it was like a speakeasy kind of situation.
Yeah. That was a fun night. A lot of Yeah.
For a coffee shop show, some nights were like crazy. Like, and we had some like semi-big names pop in every once in a while. We had Melanie Baldonado one time. We had Amir K come in. And, Yeah, it was fun. It was fun.
You're so funny.
I loved it. I missed it. I missed that consistency because I'd have to I'd always try to write new jokes like every time. So like once a week, I would come up with a whole new set. Yeah, I'd throw in the classics every once in a while, but it was good.
Do you still write your jokes on a used envelope?
Sometimes stuff like this is just lying around. I just write stuff down. But no, I have my real. Yeah, it's everywhere. I have. My actual notebook I have it underneath this, propping it up. So yeah, I've been writing lately. I come up with a new 5 minutes every week now. I do my friend's radio show. He has an internet radio show, and he has a bit called 5 Minutes with Jason Rennebu. So I come up with a new 5 minutes every week lately, which is nice.
That's great.
Sometimes it's even funny.
You've been writing COVID-19 jokes?
You know what? COVID-19, Trump jokes, all that's getting kind of played out. So I'm working on like some COVID-20 jokes. I'm getting ready for the year of the flu. So
I get it.
Let me know if I'm talking too much, Melanie, because I'm already kind of buzzed from this double. And last time I did a podcast, my friend Craig, I don't know if you know Craig, he said I was talking too much, and it pissed me off.
Which Craig?
Conant.
Yeah, I know Craig.
Yeah, no name.
You're not talking too much. Not at all.
He was like, dude, he goes, every time I'm about ready to set up one of my punchlines, you just talk over it, man. And it's like, you keep doing it. But he was nice about it. He was cool.
Well, were you not the guest?
I was the guest. See, that's the thing. Who's supposed to talk more, the guest or the host? I don't know.
I think it's you if you're the guest.
Right? That's what I thought. Oh,
yeah, talk away. Because, even though it's my podcast, if I wanted to talk by myself, then I would just do like Bill Burr sort of thing and just like do the Tuesday mornings with Bill Burr, and I would just go on a rant, and I'm not a rant styler,
Oh, I see that. I like that.
Yeah.
Just talk together with each other.
Yes. So Tuesday nights, we had our Tuesday night thing.
Yeah.
Was it Tuesday nights? Yeah, Tuesday nights.
I feel like it was Tuesday. I feel like it was, well, wasn't it after the rock paper? Sometimes you'd crash.
Yeah.
At the pad, you dance like Caucasians. Was it
Yes.
Tuesday? I think it was. Yeah.
Jason, friends listening, Jason has an excellent record collection.
Yes, I do.
A very excellent, like vinyl records.
And a record right over there.
Yeah, they sound, and record players. So The Doors, Heart, just fantastic music. And sometimes we would go to Birds, which is a little bar on Franklin. Very, very famous, I think. I think it's pretty well known.
It's pretty legendary in the East Hollywood area. And
yes.
I hope they get through this, by the way. I don't know if they are, but
I hate to think of all the places that we've trampled, that will not make it. Like, if it survived us, it's got to survive.
So many churches that I've been through, I hope make it. Okay, too soon. No, but I hope they do. It's hard to say. I feel like a lot of the places, like Cantor's, where I used to work, I think they're going to make it because they've been around so long that they own that building, the legendary Cantor's. But the places that are kind of newer and kind of like paid rent, and those are the ones that might be in trouble. So I'm worried.
Birds.
Yeah.
Birds. Yeah.
Birds are great. I like how you spelled it with a Y when you emailed me today, or you texted me. You spelled it like the band, the Birds, B-Y-R. I think it's just an I, but it was cute.
Oh my God. I guess I spell it like that because I've never paid a tab there.
How dare you? No
You've
wonder
always treated me.
I lost so much money there.
But I'm not a big drinker either, so it wasn't like.
No. You would pay me back in weed and panic attacks. So thank you for that.
Oh, do you want to tell them about that?
Guys, this girl came over with the chronic bubonic sour diesel unicorn farts. I don't know what it was, but I had smoked like one hit and I was just like, I'm in the Matrix. I'm in the Matrix and I need to go for a walk. Remember, I just left my apartment and
his own apartment. His own apartment. He got anxiety in his own apartment. Like, this is, I mean, it was
well, you've seen my apartment, right? A lot of people get anxiety on that. I moved, by the way. This isn't that place. I'm not there anymore.
Yeah, it looks different.
Yeah. It's way
Yes,
bigger.
it is different. Okay,
Yeah.
so at the time, Jason lived in a studio apartment. If you don't know what a studio apartment is, it is a box with just a square, and it has an
Correction,
attached bathroom.
really quick, it's actually smaller than a studio. It was called a bachelor. The
Oh,
studio would have been bigger. It was basically a hotel room because that place was a former hotel converted into an apartment complex. So it was smaller than a studio. It was basically like a master bedroom. The only different room was the bathroom. Some studios actually have kitchens and shit. Oh shit, I got to be on another podcast in 10 minutes.
no, you don't.
I'm just playing. That was my aunt. Group text with 45 of my family members every 5 minutes. Love it.
You better turn that thing on silent. You're going to be going off.
Go ahead.
45. So we were, yeah, so you disappeared. I don't know why he disappeared, but he was sitting down and he was like, I got to get out of here. And then, are you on? Okay, so yes, then he was like, I got to get out of here into his own, walked out of his own apartment door. I was sitting there like, what? I looked down the hallway and he's nowhere to be found.
Didn't go looking for me, by the way, guys.
Yes, I
My
did.
other friend did, though. My other friend. And we have a story about him later. Go ahead.
I did go looking for you.
Oh, you did? Okay, I love you.
I did. Okay, I guess you ran out. As soon as you hit the hallway, he ran down the hallway. And I figured too, I was like, he'll come back. But there's also a stairway that wasn't too far. You didn't have to go all the way down the hallway. You could go down the stairway, the side stairway. So I was like, oh, maybe he just went to his car. Yeah, no, you were gone for a solid like 40 to 50 minutes.
But I remember my friend Jay came and found me. And he was like, dude, are you all right?
Where were you?
Sometimes I just need to get some fresh air. Mind you, you remember I lived directly on the freeway? Right on the 101, you could feel my apartment shake from when a big truck went by. So it wasn't really fresh air I was getting. But yeah, I used to love to smoke weed, kids. Back in the day, weed is good for you. But when I reached around 30, like a couple years ago or so, it just started affecting me in a different way. I don't know why. I just got too much inside my head, and now I just drink myself into oblivion. That's all I need.
Well, I don't smoke weed anymore.
You don't? That's crazy, because that was your thing, girl. You were like, let's get high.
It wasn't my thing. It was just Tuesday nights were kind of like our chill sort of night.
Yeah, that's true.
So it wasn't like I smoked every single day or anything.
And you would take like 1 or 2 hits, and that's it. You weren't like Snoop Dogg or anything.
Yeah, I wasn't trying to like get on. I was like this.
No, and I was always jealous because I was like, I wish I could. And then one day I was like, maybe I can, and I couldn't. And I'll never forget that.
No, so yes, so we would play the records and we would dance like white people because there was no pressure of anyone, like any salsa dancers or professional dancers being by us. Because Hollywood is just full of like professional singers and dancers, and then they hit the dance floor and they're all on TikTok around and they kick their legs up, and you're like, dude, this is like.
No, we were like.
Yeah, it's like, this is not the floor of the Lakers. You're not a Laker girl. Chill. Okay, like Paula Abdul is not here. Nobody's gonna
have virtual Laker girls now. No, I heard they're gonna have games with no one in the stands, so they might have virtual dancers. It just cuts to a commercial and they're all on Zoom, just like.
Oh my God.
That'd be weird.
That is strange. I wonder if they can green screen it though and make it seem like they're all dancing together in sync.
Maybe, or Backstreet Boys. Doesn't have to be in sync.
That's true.
I'll be here all day. By the way, you look great, Melanie.
Thank you so much. It's I have a lot of daytime lighting just kind of drowning me out. But yeah.
You've been taking care of yourself. I have not. I have a beard that goes all the way down to my neck. I look like Crystalia. But I need to. I'm gonna shave within the next couple days.
Okay.
I'm shooting a new sketch where I play all the characters, and one of the characters has a full beard. And then I have it all planned. The other characters can have just a mustache, and then the other character is clean shaven. So I'm going to film them all in stages. Okay. It's going to be a huge project. It's in pre-production right now. Yeah. So
you're doing the storyboards?
Yeah, I am, with stick figures, because that's all I know how to. Good Lord, I am blowing up right now.
From your aunts?
Yep.
Are you on Tinder right now?
Nope, I don't do Tinder, Melanie, because
Did you ever?
I tried doing the dating apps, and it sucked because like the girls would be disappointed when they saw me in person. They'd be like, "You exaggerated. You said you were 5'6". And I'm like, "All right, I gave myself a couple inches. You said you didn't have free chance." So, and
But
you
you
loved
didn't
it.
have what?
That was a bad joke. I used to have a
Free
joke. I'm trying to recreate. I haven't done this joke. I used to have a joke on stage about dating apps. I just tried to do it again. I realized I forgot some of the punchlines. It was something about I show up and the girl was like, "You said you were 5'6", and I was like, "You said you liked challenges and loved adventure," something like that.
That's great.
So we both lied because I'm a challenge. Get it? I forget how it goes. Anyways, no, I don't do Tinder, Grindr, or any of them. I'm kind of dating someone right now that I live with that left to go to be with her family in Texas. So.
Did she leave because she didn't want to be around you for a while, or was it a planned trip?
That's my theory, but she says that it's a great time. She actually did try to get me to go with her. And I was like, I am not getting on an airplane right now. I don't want coronavirus. That's like the worst thing to be on right now. So she said, fine, and she left. And thank God she didn't get the coronavirus, and she's fine now. But I haven't seen her in about 5 weeks. So I think I might be single now. Ladies?
Well, what are you going to do about the place?
We actually owe rent today. I was just texting with her right before, and she Venmoed me her half. She's still paying rent, her half, and so we're just gonna keep the place. And I just need to. We need to pay rent like today, right after this.
So, question. Yeah, because it
Go
is
ahead.
the second.
Hmm.
Did you guys have a roommate situation and then you started dating, or were you dating and then you're like, we should move in together?
Kind of the latter, yeah.
Oh, nice.
It did make a lot of financial sense, though. That's what we tell everyone in our family, because our families are both religious, and I'm spiritual, and they're like living in sin.
Did they use that phrase?
No, I like to use that phrase. But we're like, well, it's really more about the financial situation, separate beds and whatnot.
Is it a one bedroom or a two?
It's a one. But it's a big one. Like just the size of the living room where I am right now is like bigger than my old apartment. Yeah.
What part of town are you in?
What's it called? Miracle Mile.
That's my favorite part of town.
You know what I realized why it's called Miracle Mile?
Tell me.
Because it's a miracle if you can find parking within a mile of your apartment. The parking situations.
Oh, yeah.
That's what I did like about my old little place, is I had a parking spot and I had air conditioning. I don't have either one of those things here, but it's a way bigger place.
I have to tell you a bonus about living at your old place too, was that it was right next to the Scientology building.
God.
Okay. No, hold on. Now, while you may think that that's weird and a drawback, if you are parked by the Scientology building all night, your car is not getting broken into, because they have like these security kids riding around on bikes, and they're not even kids. They're like they're regular people. They're not kids. I don't want to say they just
they're young. Actually, I would say in like their early 20s. They were pretty young.
So they look young, and they're just riding on bikes, circling the Scientology building. So there's really, people know that they're there, so they're not trying to break into your car or steal anything.
That's true.
Which is a bonus. The way that they rode, though, it kind of reminded me of the Dementors from Harry Potter. It was just like this steady, scary ride. Have you seen Harry Potter?
Yeah, but it's been a while. Are those like the bad guys?
Those are like the evil spirits that like come down and like breathe the life out of you.
No.
But
no, you're right.
It didn't have to do with them personally. It had to do with, I think they're just so used to riding bikes. They're just like, they just steadily float.
I had so many drunken conversations with those guys on the way back from Birds. I'd be like wasted leaving Birds, and one of them would be on their bike, and I'd be like, hey, bro, so why do you like Scientology? It's a cult, right? And they would be like, actually, it's not, sir. Let me tell you a little bit more about it. I can leave anytime I want, and it's just and it was like, and then I'd wake up the next day being like, did I have a blackout conversation with another Scientology bike rider guy? I hope I didn't say anything too crazy. But no, you're right about the safe part. That was a third bonus about where I lived. I would never, not just if your car was broken into, like I felt very safe, like stumbling home from Birds, or like like it was a safe neighborhood just because of that. Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, the location was fantastic.
Only one time we did get woken up at like 4 a.m, the cops banging on our doors because there was a mysterious package left at the Scientology building. They thought it was a bomb because, you know, they got a lot of death threats and stuff from haters. And so we had to evacuate our apartment at like 4 a.m. and walk down the street because of this mysterious package. And I forgot I even left the package. Like I was really drunk one night. I'm just kidding, I wasn't. But there was that. By the way, you look great today, Melanie. Have I said that before?
No, and I'm telling you, like when you sent me a message, it was like, I don't have my makeup artist here. I was like, it's all about the lighting. Like with these computer
the lighting
things,
is weird. It is a little light, but your makeup, everything looks fabulous.
is the lighting light? Because I can like.
Yeah, and that looks better. It's a little more dim.
We'll just do this. But see, I have a sliding glass door here, and the sun is kind of, yeah. So yeah, I live out in the West Valley now.
The West Valley? There's a valley?
Yeah. So, well, we call this the West Valley because it's still part of the San Fernando Valley.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah. So West Valley.
Yeah, in a couple months, huh?
What was that?
It's going to get super hot there in a couple months, huh? The summer.
For
That's
sure.
why I hope the heat.
I hope the pool's open by the
Oh,
time
you
it
got
gets
the pool?
really hot.
That's
Yeah,
another thing. Another thing I don't have anymore is the pool. So yeah, I had a lot of benefits to that little place, but it just was too claustrophobic, and I needed a change.
But it was perfect for your life at that point. It was called a bachelor aptly because you lived a bachelor life and you had girlfriends like me dropping in and drinking.
Whoa! That sounded crazy.
That
you mean like
not
girl friends? Yeah.
Girls that were friends. That's right. Much different. Not like I know your family's gonna be like, what?
No, Melanie's way too hot for me, so obviously. But she did stay over, and we had some great, those are fun times. And then we wake up sometimes and walk and cross and have some brunch. Yeah, that was good. I think we only did that.
Yeah, that's right. What diner was that called?
I think that place was closed. We went
101?
No, we did go to the 101 Cafe, yeah.
Yeah.
But there was another place, like kind of on the other side that I think closed, where we went like once.
Victims of, it makes me feel so sad. When somebody opens a business and it closes, it makes me feel so sad.
It makes me feel super sad. I've opened several. Well, then I've thought about a lot of ideas that just never started.
I've opened several in my head, and then I closed them in my heart.
Yep. Amen. I am halfway through this double. How are you doing?
I am.
But you got a little. Don't run circles around me again. Oh,
we went to the beach.
Time.
Okay, yes. We had a gig up north, like near San Luis Obispo.
Yep, we got paid in sushi and sake. Go ahead.
That's true. And when we were on the beach, walking on the beach, I decided to start like running circles around Jason as he walked.
Literally.
And saying repeatedly, I'm running circles around you, I'm running circles around you, I'm running circles around you.
Yeah. Yeah, okay, some of us didn't play on the University of Kentucky lacrosse team or whatever the shit you played, okay?
Rugby.
What was it?
Rugby.
Rugby. Oh, are you shitting me? You played rugby?
You know that, yes.
I forgot. That's way more impressive. I thought it was, that's right, it was rugby. Damn. That's what, yeah, you're a badass. I almost said the F word, huh?
Well, there were girls that were way more badass than I was on that rugby team. But I
don't even understand rugby, but I know there's like the bigger people are in the scrum, they call it. But you're probably one of the position, like fast players with the ball.
I played inside flanker. So let's say this is the scrum. There's a person here, and they peel off as soon as the ball is out. That's called inside flanker. I was number 7, and that was my position. And then there are the flies, and then the wing is far on the outside, and those were the fast ones. So I was kind of like a linebacker and a running back at the same time.
That is so badass. Yeah. Oh my God, I forgot about that. I know you're a big University of Kentucky fan, though, because we always talk shit in the Final Four, which I'm really missing this year. That would be going on, right? No, it would be over by now.
It'd be over by now, but still, like, our time is so messed up.
Yeah. Did Kentucky have a good squad this year? The men's basketball team? No one cares about.
Of course we did.
I only care about women's rugby, but not women's basketball.
Of course we did.
Yeah. Calipari, one and done. Yeah. Okay.
Stop, one and done.
Duke, same thing.
Who's your team again?
I went to the University of Colorado, which we used to be known for our football team. When I was there, we had like Cordell Stewart. That's how old I am. But now our basketball team's actually good, and we would have most likely been in the tournament this year. We probably would have made it to maybe the Sweet 16-ish.
Nice.
So I was looking forward to watching that, and it just ripped away from me now. And that sucks because a lot of the players were like seniors. So now our team's probably going to suck again next year. You know? Yeah, screwed up.
So Benji's father went to a place called the University of Rhode Island.
Who the hell's Benji?
My son.
Oh, yeah, that's right. You had a kid out of wedlock. I'm just kidding. I know who Benji is. I've just been waiting to use that joke. Go ahead.
Such a jerk. So Benji's dad went to a school called the University of Rhode Island, and when we were together during March Madness one year, like, they had a chance to make the tourney, and he was really excited about, you know, the possibility of them making the tourney. And I thought about, like, how nice that would be to be the fan of a team where just that's your expectation, that's like your hope. To make the tourney as a celebration, because in Kentucky it's like Final Four every year, and if it's not the Final Four, it's like, where did we go wrong? Was it the recruiting? Was the coaching?
Spoiled, just like Duke. You guys are like Duke.
We are nowhere not like Duke. Not Same even thing. Close to being like Duke. No. You can't.
Blue.
Duke is spoiled. Duke is spoiled. We're just
but
like.
Kentucky's not? Okay.
No. Kentucky is not spoiled. We're just, you know, regular folk, you know, from country boys and girls and the mountains.
You're both blue teams. You're both one and done. But yeah, nothing alike.
First of all, I'm from California. Okay. Nobody.
We're talking about the schools themselves.
We're very different schools, though, mister.
Okay.
Very different. All right, let's get back to something. Hold on a second. In all the years that I've known you, I've only known you to date one person. So this is really nice.
Wait, who is the one person?
Well, you were going on dates with someone, and she was really cute.
That doesn't sound like me.
I know.
Really? I was? Oh my God.
Yes. You were going on dates with someone, and she was really cute. And
give me her first initial of her name.
Flippin', I don't even remember her first initial.
But
when I describe her, you're going to know who it is. Okay.
Okay.
So she came out and met us one time when we were like after drinking, eating, I think at Cafe 101, and then she went home, and I was like, Jason, she's really nice and she's really cute. And you're like, why do you sound surprised?
That does sound like me.
Well, I was just more surprised that like she was like, okay, bye. And I was like, oh, maybe I shouldn't be spending the night here tonight. Like, you know, if you're seeing her. And because that was in my head, like as a female, you know, like, oh, like I wouldn't be cool with that if I like liked this guy. And I was like, are you guys like kissing and stuff? And you were like, yeah, but you know, there is something about her. And I was like, what?
She's a man.
No.
I remember. Oh wait, I was kidding. That was no. Go ahead.
You're like, there is something about her. And I was like, okay, what? Like she has a baby hand.
Oh God. Oh no, that was my neighbor. She lived in that apartment building. And she we didn't really date. We just like fornicated one night. I'm a sinner.
So here's this like cute girl, sweet, fun, and you're like, here's the thing, she's a baby hand. I was like, what's a baby hand? And then you showed me a picture of her flipping you off, and her hand was really little. It was like, this is my hand, and it's normal size. And her hand was like this little, and I was like,
just one of the other hand was normal. Yeah.
But hold on, like, That's your concern?
She was really cute and nice, and she had
She
great
was
boobs.
really cute.
Big boobs. But yeah, we hung out for a while, and she ended up moving out of the apartment complex. But she was like the sweetest, cutest girl. And I think I had a joke that I used to do about her, but with a baby hand. But no, it was, yeah. That's crazy. No, we weren't dating. Like, we were just fornicating.
Okay, so. But
that's crazy. That's the only other girl you've known me to be with.
I know. Well, you know what that did mentally, like the psyche for me, when you said that, I was thinking, I thought that I talked to her and like we laughed and like it was cool. Like I never once noticed the baby hand. And
I didn't either the first time I met her. I was drunk at Bird's and I was talking to her. I was flirting with her. And then one of my buddies came up to me and like whispered in my ears like, dude, you see the baby hand? And I was like, what? I was like, ah! But I didn't do that. But I was just like, I didn't notice it at first because I'm all about the eyes, you know. I look into the person's eye. Usually I'm like this.
It wasn't like a baby hand. It wasn't like a doll hand, but it was just smaller.
It was a deformed hand. Yeah, there's a disease.
Hold on, but it wasn't like, it was the shape of a hand. It wasn't like, it was just a smaller than the other hand.
Actually, it was kind of jacked up. If you looked at it, like the thumb was like, instead of going this way, it was all like, the fingers were kind of like deformed. So it was kind of a weird, like, I think her thumb was permanently like this. It was a deformed hand. I felt bad for it because there's a disease and she probably dealt with that her whole life. Like, other than that, she was like the coolest, hottest. I mean, she was still cool, but like, it's just like, if I didn't have this baby hand, I would. It's kind of like me. If I wasn't vertically challenged, I would be so. Just kidding. Go ahead.
Wouldn't that be, though, a bonus to a man's psyche in terms of physicality? To like look down and be like, oh my goodness, I am so much more well endowed than I was when she wasn't having her hand next to my body.
Yeah. No, I told her one time, I was like, can you use the small hand? It just helps me feel better. I think we only had sex once, by the way.
I like how you're like, I think. You're like, let me think about this.
No, I think, yeah, it was just once. And then it just got weird because we were really more like just friends. And like she would come over, we would hang out, and we had sex once, and it ruined the friendship.
So this is one of the cases where I've talked to a guy about their attraction to girls, and I've been like, oh my God, like you guys and your standards are ridiculous. Like you think that women place high standards on ourselves, but when there is an imperfection, like you with this girl, like you noticing the girl in her hand, who cares? She was cute. She was hot. Like you said, she had big boobs. Like, I don't have big boobs. She had big boobs. By all means, like, I think that she, like, who cares? Like, we're all going to have something.
Care.
Yeah, like, we're all going to have something or, like, something else about ourselves that, like, it's not going to, like, you know, even supermodels have something. I had a guy friend who, we were coworkers, and this very pretty girl came in. She was talking to him. You could tell she was flirting. And I said something along the lines of, I think she likes you. And he was like, yeah, but you know what she did that I can't stand? And I was like, what? He was like, I can't stand that when a girl puts her hair in a barrette and you can see scalp.
That's weird.
Yeah, he's like, I can't stand that. And I was like, that's the thing?
All the time in my hair. Look at that right there. So.
Oh, Jason, you can move your hair more.
Well, I haven't cut or I haven't done anything. I'm going to do that like within the next couple of days after I do my characters.
Jason, do you really think that like you and your girlfriend aren't going to be together after this?
Melanie, you hope or not. I could see that. But I don't know. I think so.
How did you meet?
We actually met at Cantor's. She waits tables there, and I sometimes still go in there like on holidays and help out every once in a while when I'm not traveling the world doing comedy. But yeah, that's where we met, and she's cool. She's from Texas. She talks like this. It's from a small town in East Texas. I've never dated a Southern girl before.
We're nice, aren't we?
Really sweet. But that's funny that you've only known me to be with a girl with a baby hand, and I haven't seen you in a while. I went on a little run for a while. I was like, I had this girlfriend before her, that was a total psychopath. That was a long distance relationship. She came to one of my comedy shows. She's a big comedy fan, and we started dating. And I would fly. She lived in Oregon. I would fly there like once a month. She'd come here once a month. And long distance relationships just don't work. But then she also went really psycho on me. She like went through my phone and was like, "Why are you liking these girls' pictures on Instagram?" Shit like that. Like, so we
What do
broke
the
up.
pictures look like?
Well, it's like some of my like hot female comedians like you. Like someone will see a picture of you and going, "Who's this hot chick?" And I'd be like, "That's my comedian friend Melanie." And they're like, "Yeah, right." I'm like, "No, I swear. Look."
Like, she used to sleep next to me in my bed with our clothes on.
Yeah.
But really, there's nothing to worry about.
Yeah.
Only on Tuesday nights. Only after drinking wine and smoking a little bit of weed.
Sleeping together in a tiny bed. Not even a queen. What was that? It was like I got a bigger bed now. That was like, yeah, it was a full, which like we both fit next to each other. And by the way, Melanie, this is how Melanie sleeps. You still sleep like this? Like a
covering my little boobies?
Yeah. Like, don't touch me. I'm like, okay, I'm not. But yeah. So I had a couple of girlfriends since the last time I saw you. I was like, Melanie's gone and that's never gonna happen. I might as well get out there and start dating. She had a kid, so I might as well.
No, I do have
Me?
a kid.
I met your kid. He's really cute. You brought him. That might have been the last time I saw you. It was at a comedy show. And wait, no, I don't think you brought him with you because you were like, I gotta go. I just got a text that my kid's crying. It was at was it the Cat and Fiddle? Ben Gonzalez's like
I think so, yeah.
show. Sorry, Ben, but I've been to better open mics. But no, that was probably the last time. That was like a year at least ago.
Yeah, it had to be. Yeah, yeah, there was a, yeah, but he's good. He's 3 now, and he's cool.
That's awesome. I want a kid. I really do. And I'm not getting any younger, so I should probably.
Do you think Miss Texas is wanting kids too?
I don't know. We might start with a dog and see how that goes. Practice.
You know they're different, right?
What's that? Yeah, I mean, but you got to feed them both and pick up the poop on both of them. Right?
Yeah, but on one of them, you have to pick up the poop for the entire lifetime. And on the other one, you just have to, make sure that you instill every single positive value and try to make sure that they're ready to defend themselves and ready to be a good person. And
I'm not going to turn the dog into a dog fighter, if that's what you're saying. I mean, make sure he's a dog, but if he defends himself, that's good, but
yeah,
not Michael Vick.
are you gonna buy toilet paper for your dog?
Probably not, because that's in such high demand right now anyways.
Yeah.
I'm not going to do that route.
Yeah. No, I don't know. I don't know. They're different. A dog won't ever tell you, don't touch me, don't pet me.
The girlfriend will. I get it.
The girlfriend will.
Shoshana has a kid. You know Shoshana.
Of course I know Shoshana has a kid. BJ brought him to our little, I used to do a little play day, and BJ brought him.
Yeah, he's 4 now. I'm his godfather, actually. I'm the godfather.
Are?
So your kid is, I'm going to say, around the same age, maybe a little younger? Yeah, because you guys had at the same time, yeah.
Mm-hmm. We were praying at the same time. I know that they broke up.
They did.
Yeah. It's okay. Benji's dad and I broke up too.
I'm sorry.
Don't worry.
I thought that was the case, but I wasn't sure, so I didn't want to say anything.
Yeah, for sure. It's for sure the case.
So you're just waiting for me to break up, and then we'll like people and see what happens. I'm just kidding.
Yeah. No. So so for sure there is there's does BJ live back in Arizona?
He does, yeah. And I was just house partying with Shoshana last night and another friend, and she was telling me that now, like, they used to like see each other. It's crazy. I feel bad for him. I feel bad for the kid because he's got to go back and forth. But they've got to, he lives in Arizona. So what they do is, they'll drive and meet, halfway between California and Arizona and transport the kid. And Yeah, isn't that horrible? Like once, like I think once a week or every 2 weeks. But now since the whole coronavirus started, it's better because they don't want to travel as much. So they'll just, they'll do it every month. Like, so she's had them for like a month, but she's got to take them in a few days, I think. But isn't that horrible? Like the kids got to be so like confused. Like, why am I in different areas all the time? I
In
feel
a
bad.
car for 7 hours.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's at least you're not dealing with that, right? I imagine your ex lives pretty close.
Not always.
No.
Sometimes he lives in the state and sometimes he doesn't. So, but I mostly for the most part, he lives, well, like half of the time he lives out here, and then, other times he lives somewhere else. So, we're still trying to work that out in terms of my son's travel, because I'm very watchful of that.
Yeah. Are you
And
with the kid now, or is no Benji?
so the first and the third weekends when his dad lives here and is working, he's with his dad. So this is one of the weekends he's with his dad, and which is why I can like record this podcast with you and touch base and connect and look at you, how pretty you're in the Miracle Mile. And
yeah. La Brea and Wilshire, what's up?
Yeah, that's a good spot.
Yeah, come visit sometime before the girlfriend comes back. I'm just kidding.
No, my little Bugaloo is is retiring itself. My little car.
Oh, really? What do you mean? You're getting rid of it?
Yeah, well, let's see. So it has over 200,000 miles on it, probably because I drove every which way for comedy. And it has over 200,000 miles, and the check engine light turned on a little bit before our lockdown, and now the check oil light is beeping. And it's one of those things where it's like, do I get a new car at this point because it's small and Bench is getting bigger? And also, like, to fix that car, I think it'd be at least $1,000. So I just feel like I could fix it. Yeah, and then how long will it last? Another 6 months, maybe?
Yeah, I ran into the same problem with my old Toyota Corolla. It has over 200 miles on it. Or does it? I think, or it's close. It's like 170, 180. But yeah, all kinds of problems. I put like $700 into it, and I'm like, I should just get a new car. And then this happened to me. Praise the Lord. I was given a new car by my aunt. I was given a Kia Soul with only about 25,000 miles on it.
Did she
and it was
just
like,
die?
She was like, called me one day. No, praise, she's still alive. But she's like, do you want a new car? And I thought she was joking. I go, what do you mean? She goes, yeah. She goes, me and Bill, her husband, we bought this car for his mom, who's elderly, and she's going into a home now. She's old. She doesn't need it. So we just really want to give it to you. I was like, are you kidding me right now? Like, but I'll have to owe money, right? She's like, nope, it's paid for. Everything is paid for. And I was, you're my favorite aunt now. It used to be the other one, but no. So I have a brand new Kia Soul now, and I still have my piece of shit Corolla, because I might give that to my girlfriend or sell it for like $100. It's about what it's worth. But now I have two cars that I have to move on Miracle Mile for street sweeping. But street sweeping hasn't been doing that. They don't do that anymore because of the coronavirus. So I've been just leaving them there. But yeah, I got a new and an old car now, Melanie.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
So Jason, I know you have not had the chance to listen to my podcast before this because you messaged me and you were like, what is your podcast about?
I've seen you. It's something about, what is it? Love making? What is it called?
Yeah, exactly. So let's see, where are we in time? So usually, yeah, it's about love and relationships, and like, but for you, I was like, I want to talk to my friend who I used to dance with. And so it's about
relationships too.
What was that?
We also talked about relationships though.
We did, and you're in one, and that's awesome. But I was thinking a question that I definitely wanted to ask you that I've never asked you is we've never talked about your first crush in life.
Oh, in life. Wow.
In life, I know. Who was it? How old were you?
Female, right? You're talking about females?
If it was a female. If it was.
My first crush, that's a great question. Damn. Does it have to be like a real person or an actress?
It can be an actress.
Okay. I think it was a real person. I'm trying to go way, 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 way back. As far as I can remember, which is like 2015. I'm just kidding. No, when I was a kid, who was my first crush? So I went to Catholic school when I was a kid. I got kicked out. I ended up going to public school eventually. But so I'm trying to think back to those Catholic school days. And there's probably a couple of girls. One of them was Danielle Romano, Italian girl, Catholic school.
Sounds Italian.
Pretty hot.
Kindergarten, first grade? What grade?
No, we're talking maybe like third grade.
Okay.
Yeah, I was trying to go deeper. I was trying to delve into like kindergarten, but those memories are just, I don't have any of kindergarten.
Away.
Yeah, someone was like talking about if they remember their kindergarten teacher's name. I saw that somewhere, maybe on Twitter or something. And I don't think I do remember my kindergarten teacher name.
I do.
Do you?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, see. I don't even. The first name I remember is because I went to public school from kindergarten till second grade. And I was always in trouble. And I've always been like a clown, I guess. And class clown. So then my parents were like, that's it, you're going to Catholic school, because we were Catholic at the time. So I went to Catholic school from 3rd through 6th, and then that didn't work out. And I went back to Catholic school, or I went back to public school. But my first teacher I remember is, I think, my 3rd grade teacher, which is Sister Mary Rock.
Did you have a crush on her?
No, I did not have a crush on her, but I think I had a crush on my next teacher, 4th grade, Mrs. Gondak. She wasn't a nun. Some were nuns, some weren't. But I remember
Gondak.
Yeah.
Gondak.
But yeah, I would say Danielle Romano is one of the earliest ones.
So then who was your first celebrity crush?
That's why I asked for the distinction. That would be Elizabeth Shue in The Karate Kid.
Oh, that's a good one.
Saw it in the movie theater. I'm old. And I was like, first of all, greatest movie I've ever seen. Still to this day, I think that. And Elizabeth Shue, hottest girl I've ever seen, and I still think that. I actually Googled her the other day, and she doesn't look that bad for her age. She's holding up all right.
A few wrinkles.
Yeah.
My first crush, my first celebrity crush, if you remember this joke.
Oh. What's his name? In Scarface, Al Pacino. Different joke. That's a different joke.
Different joke. That's because I look like Al Pacino when I make a face. Michael Lanochi pointed that out. I think he said like when I would do this face, like
Laneezy.
I don't know. Like I make a face, and he's like, "You look like Al Pacino."
No, I just remember you have that joke about your dad and that.
Oh yeah, that's true.
That's a different joke, though.
Yeah, that's a different joke. No, my first celebrity crush, my first Hollywood crush, died outside of the Viper Room.
Oh, River.
River.
I used to love River too.
I was like glued to the news when he died. I was like this, like.
Oh yeah.
Like just, and I don't know how I would have to look at the year and how old I was, but I remember seeing them interview people.
Yeah.
Okay, so here's something that I probably am the only person who remembers this, but it made me not like this actress. So they were interviewing people outside of the Viper Room, like, what happened? And there was this guy who was like, yeah, River, he was just outside and he started convulsing. He was on the ground convulsing. And then Christina Applegate came out and she saw him. And then she started convulsing too, to like make, and was like laughing. And then, but like it was real and he died. And so like I, like for some reason, like targeted all of my mourning and anger towards Christina Applegate of Married with Children for not helping him, when she could have been like great friends with him. Like, and who even knows if that story is true?
I had a crush on her too for a while.
That's understandable. She's really, really pretty.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it was just like one of those things where it was like, that's how glued I was. So like any sort of
Yeah.
tidbit from him that came in,
Oh,
I
yeah.
was like the OJ chase for
Yeah.
Rivers Phoenix's death. I was like,
I was really into that whole thing too. I've watched like documentaries about it, and I think the Red Hot Chili Peppers played there that night, or Flea was definitely there jamming with maybe another band, because I know Flea was there and he witnessed the whole thing. And I think Joaquin, his younger brother, was there, and he was like, "That's my brother." But they said that it was like a weird night. Like you could just feel something weird in the air. Someone was, I think it might have been Flea at the Viper Room. Like it was kind of like an ominous feeling, like something bad was gonna happen. Like it's a whole thing. You should YouTube. Like it's like,
I will.
yeah.
I got the same feeling the morning that Kobe Bryant died.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Oh my God, it just gave me chills too. Oh.
So Benji's preschool is just about across the street from where the helicopter went down. And that morning I woke up and it was just like the fog. There was something like very strange. The visibility that I would normally have, like even just, I don't know, 20 yards from my window, like I didn't have any of that. And I felt like this is such a weird morning. This is just a very
Yeah, it was kind of
morning.
overcast that day too, right? That's
Yeah,
why they
but there was also the feeling.
They shouldn't
like
have been in that fucking helicopter. There's
the
no
feeling
like.
was weird.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it was the feeling too. It wasn't just like, oh, what's this London fog? It was like, oh, like this feels like a very depressing day. Like
You have clairvoyant tendencies. A lot of people do. Maybe Flea did.
Maybe Flea did. I don't normally feel like I don't know, but I could just tell you that morning did feel strange.
Yeah, that was tragic. I cried. I've been a Lakers whole life. I've been a Lakers fan my whole life. Well, at least since like high school. And yeah, man, that was tough.
Yeah, it's what's weird though, thinking about like what we're facing now with COVID. I was in my car and I was thinking like Kobe Bryant's passing feels so long ago now. It feels like 2 years ago.
Yeah.
It feels
because
like
now we have this whole other thing we're dealing with. It's like, it makes you forget about a lot of things.
Yeah.
Weird.
Jason, I'm going to close up this podcast, but before I do, I have a question that I ask every guest.
Okay. This should be good.
Well, let's see what your answer is. Jason Rennebu, my sweet friend, what does good love feel like?
Good love? Good love is like when someone makes time for you and forgives you and understands you. And that's why I can never find any good love.
Jason, do you have any questions for me before we go?
Have you accepted Jesus Christ as your personal savior?
Absolutely.
Oh yeah, you have. I knew that. Get the Bible app, by the way. The Bible app on your phone is great. There's a verse every day.
What's today's verse?
But no, let me ask you another question. You already knew that about you. Something I want to ask something I don't know about you. Right? Is that the thing? Okay. Are you still in love with me? No. I'm so hacky. Let me think of a real one now. I have such ADD. This is hard. That's funny. You look like Batgirl.
I have always wanted to be Batgirl.
You asked such a deep question of me. I'm trying to think of a deep one, but I don't want it to be like too deep. All right, can I ask you just the same question? Does people ever do that to you? Like, what is? No? Okay.
No one's ever done that to me.
I know, I'm unique. But
I'm unique. I'm going to give you a unique question that you wrote.
So I can't, because you had a lot of good questions for me, and I want to ask you the same ones. But no, I'll think of a different one. Maybe I'll just keep it light. What's your favorite movie of all time?
Ooh.
Because everyone's watching movies these days, so that's hard, right? I hate when people. I have like a top 5.
Okay,
So
tell me your top 5, and then I'll tell you my top 5.
Okay, top 5, and this is always fluid. It's always changing, but The Outsiders has always been one of my favorites.
Oh, I need to see that.
The Outsiders.
I know I haven't seen it.
You should watch it. It's great. And then I would say the first 3 Star Warses, not the first, not 1, 2, and 3, but you know what I mean, in the 80, 5.
Right.
So that's
like
4,
Luke,
right?
Obi-Wan, Leia. Yeah.
And then sometimes I just pick The Empire Strikes Back, but I'll pick all 3. And then probably The Godfather Part 2. See, I can almost make it a top 6 and say 1 and 2. But it is a hard question. It really is. Like, I can almost do a top 10 and be easier, but that would take too long. But how about you? Top 5.
So I'm going to give you the 5 movies that if they happen to be on television or happen to be just there, I will have to stop and watch. And
Right.
I'm going to count. So this is in no sort of order, okay, because this is an equal amount.
Same with mine, yeah.
Okay. The Godfathers are in there.
Nice. I love you.
The Usual Suspects.
Oh, okay, good call. That's
Are
always
in there.
on, so I should rewatch that. I haven't seen that in like 20 years.
Life is Beautiful. The
Never
Italian
seen it.
film. Oh,
That with the guy that won the Academy Award and he walked across that's all I remember. Yeah, my girlfriend or who we're dating, she told me to watch that. Go ahead.
it's really good. And the next would be a tie between The Royal Tenenbaums and The Life Aquatic.
Oh, I didn't like The Life Aquatic. I love the Royal Tenenbaums, but
Yeah.
I couldn't even get through The Life Aquatic.
Yeah, the Royals. Well, okay, so then I'm gonna have to do it this way because there's another one in that sort of with the same director that I
Right.
just love, and if I couldn't get The Life Aquatic, then I would want this one, and it's Rushmore.
I love Rushmore.
Rushmore, The Royal Tenenbaums.
Yeah, Rushmore's great. So you like what's his name? That director, Wes
Anderson.
No, is it Wes Anderson?
Isn't it?
There's 2 Wes's. One of them's a horror film guy.
Oh wait.
Wes Craven's the horror. Yeah, Wes Anderson. You're right.
Oh my God, you made me doubt myself for a second. I was like, oh my God, I'm so bad with names.
He's got his own style. It's like with weird music. I like his movies, but I got to be honest. My least favorite of his is The Life Aquatic. Maybe I should give it another chance. I was just like, this one's like too out there for me, and I'm pretty out there. But I'll give it. If you say so. What about the one where the hotel one? I watched that on a plane and I loved it.
I loved it. Yes.
First class on the way to Hawaii. But
you.
what was that movie? The hotel one was good.
That one was good.
Yeah.
The hotel.
Was it called The Hotel something?
The something
Hey, Google.
hotel.
Hey Google, what's the Wes Anderson movie with the hotel?
The Grand Budapest Hotel.
See? Google. Okay, stop, bitch. Shut. Google, stop. You stupid. Sorry. I'm sorry, Google. I didn't mean it. Hey, Google, make a fart sound.
This is a fart.
I love that.
My
hear
son would love that.
Great. Anyways, the Grand Budapest is great.
Yes. So one thing we're going to leave our listeners with at this point, since we are here, what is your one Netflix recommendation for the weekend?
For the weekend, I mean, everyone knows the obvious ones.
What are the obvious ones?
I mean, come on, Tiger King.
Oh yeah.
Everyone's seen that. You've seen that, right?
I probably won't.
Why? Because you don't agree with like the animal abuse and all that? That's why.
No, because it sounds like something I will fast forward just to get the sound bites, and I could just get the same on Twitter.
No, I highly suggest that, but I'll give another one. It has to be Netflix?
Yeah.
Okay. Altered Carbon, if you're a nerd, for the guys, Altered Carbon is good, but it's really confusing. Like, I keep rewinding it. Like, I missed that part. But I'll give one more. Netflix, I'm going to go with Schitt's Creek.
Okay. I want to start that one.
I finally started it. My girl was like, you have to watch Schitt's Creek, baby. You got to watch Schitt's Creek. It's funny. And then a couple other people said, so I watched it. Watch it. Schitt's Creek. It's funny. Eugene Levy and his son created, and they're both in it. And his son is hilarious. His son, I love his character. So watch Schitt's Creek.
Okay. So mine is going to be Waco. It was the same recommendation last week, but it's Waco.
My mom said that's amazing. She watched that.
It's like, I can't imagine if there were awards, like that should win at least 10 of the awards. If there were 15 awards. They, in my mind, it would win 10. It was so
Now, are you
fabulously done.
old enough to remember when that was going on? I am.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So are you, because you're just a little bit older than me.
Yeah, 37. So
Yes, just a little bit.
I am gonna watch. That's a good one. I've heard that from a few people. I've heard that.
All right, my love. Thank you so much for joining me today, everybody. Where can people follow you, Jason?
Follow me. I have no one else has my name. Jason Rennebu. JasonRennebu. That's my handle, I guess, as the kids say, on all social media. So Twitter, Facebook, MySpace, and what am I forgetting?
Tinder.
You know what I started doing, Melanie? TikTok. Yeah, because I'm 22 years old.
I
TikTok.
have a TikTok, and I should probably try.
Really? I looked for you today, and I couldn't find you.
Well, I'm going to find you. Probably
Because
Melanie B. Comedy.
I need more followers. Instagram, I have the same name. I just shot kind of a funny video I put on Instagram. Did you see it, Melanie? It's quite
I will look it up. So Melanie B. Comedy, Twitter, Melanie B. Comedy, Facebook, Melanie Baldonado. I'm here. You guys can find me. Jason's here. Follow him. He's very funny. He's also very huggable. And my grandma has met him.
Oh, you didn't tell that story.
Oh, shoot. We got to tell 2 stories before we go.
Where do I find you on TikTok? What's your handle?
It's got to be Melanie B. Comedy.
Oh, Melanie B. Comedy. Let me try that. Melanie B.
Yes. Okay. So really quickly, can we tell the nihilist story?
Yes.
Okay. Oh my God. Okay. So we're going to go over. Sorry. It doesn't matter because this is a really great story. This is
there you are.
Yeah. This is one of the funniest stories I've ever lived in Hollywood.
Okay. I'm following you. You better follow me back.
I'll follow you back. I promise.
Okay. This is a great story, guys. Listen.
So
to this.
Jason, and actually a fairly group of pretty girls, and I think some coworkers from Cantor's of yours, were sitting at a table at Birds. And there is a rather sizable guy who I had never met before who is commanding the conversation. And he's talking about guns. And like, I guess he grew up early life in like Eastern Europe. And he's like, Americans think they're so tough. I don't know what he was talking about, but he was like, Americans think they're so tough.
Are you talking about Jay Nihilus? The big guy?
Yeah.
No, he's totally American. He's from Chicago.
Okay, well, yeah, well, whatever.
Funny.
Huh? I just pictured him. I guess that bourbon was hitting me because he like the way he was talking. He was just like when I was 4, I had a Glock in my hand and I knew how to shoot it when I was 4. And when I was 6, I had an AR-15. La 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 la. So he's like being tough and like he's just like this tough guy and like being tough in front of like a table of girls and Jason. And Jason's like just nice and oblivious and
very nice.
And so he's like, I'm gonna buy the next round. And I tell Jason like I'm done drinking. And Jason's like, no, you have to. You just like he's gonna get mad. Just let him get the drink. And I was like, okay. So Maker's Mark and water. Jason gets a beer. So drinks get delivered.
Go ahead.
Yeah, beer. Jason gets the beer. So Jason, the drinks get delivered, and within, I kid you not, 3 minutes, they call last call, and then they turn on the lights almost immediately after last call. And my drink isn't drunk yet. And the guy was like, you guys better drink your drinks. I bought the drinks. Don't make me waste my money. And Jason, being Jason, is like, Melanie, you have to drink your drink. And I was like, I'm not going to drink this fast. Like, I can't drink this fast. I don't want to. And he's like, you have to, or he's going to get pissed off. And I was like, Jason, you just drink it. And Jason's like, bourbon makes me sick. And I was like, Jason, if I can drink bourbon, you can drink bourbon. And so
I totally forgot the details of how it went down. That's funny.
So Jason is like, all right, fine. And remember, Jason, I'm intoxicated. Jason is trashed. Jason is like, how he was maintaining his own stance on his feet is amazing to me. Because I think he was just rocking back and forth. So Jason goes to drink the rest of my bourbon, but he can't handle the taste. And so he throws up a little bit in the glass of bourbon.
I hope he doesn't watch this. Go ahead.
And then he puts it down. He's like, "That's so gross." And I was like, "Did you just throw up?" And he was like,
I regurged. I did a little
Jason's
regurg
like,
action.
yeah, he was like, "How do you drink that?" So while he's condemning me for drinking bourbon, the big tough guy walks around, like he walks to the door where we're standing, ready to leave. And he was like, "Oh, look at you leaving a dead soldier on the table. Fuck it, I'll drink it." And he picks up the bourbon and the throw up, opens the hatch.
Oh my God, that is so bad.
Down, all the way down to Mr. Tough Guy. He goes,
No, all he did was he didn't realize it was puke, but he did because he was drunk too. He went like this. He goes, "Well, that kind of tasted weird. It was kind of foamy or something."
all
Anyway,
the way down. No,
but
he
he kind
drank
of
it
blew it off.
from, like, the glass was empty. He drank it all, like all of it. He swallowed. He was like, "Was that a shake? Was that a smoothie?" He was like, "What was that?" And
He
so
was just like, "Huh, that was weird." Anyway, and then he kept
now,
talking.
no. What happens after that is actually, I'm like, "Oh my God, we have to go before he figures it out." And then Jason's like, "We got to go." So Jason and I run from birds down the street. And we were hiding in the bushes across from Jason's apartment building, hoping that Mr. Big Tough Guy was just like gonna forget that we were there, because we didn't want for him to ask us what was in that drink. It was Jason's puke.
That was so. I totally forgot about that story until you reminded me of it. That was horrifying that he did that. I was like, "Oh my God, that is so bad."
But it's like when that's, what do they call it? Like the circle of karma. Like it's karma,
Yeah.
if you will. Like, I mean, he had to be the tough guy for the night. And you know, I mean, and
Yeah.
he was like taking little digs at you. For
Yep.
like, I mean, I know he was trying to be funny and stuff, but it was like he was taking little digs at Jason,
He
who's
was
the only
taking
other
digs
guy
at
at the table.
Yeah. He was taking digs at everyone. And the thing is, I didn't do it maliciously. I didn't go, "Watch, she's going to drink this puke." He just did it before like, even if we tried to stop him, by the time we would have been like, "Wait, don't." It was too late. Because he was just like, and we were like,
I wouldn't have stopped him.
"No, you wouldn't have, because you're an evil person, Melanie."
No,
No, he's one of those guys that likes to talk a lot. Remember, he was with us the night of the panic attack too, with that crazy chick. Remember the chick that almost set my place on fire? She was
yes.
like cooking pasta on my little hot plate because I didn't even have a real kitchen, and she like spilled the boiling water, went over the pan and like hit the electrical cord. It was like, yeah, that was another story for next time.
So I don't remember her as being a crazy chick. I just remember that she was from England and she was saying a saying that she was getting upset at you because she thought that you were like making fun of her, and she was like, "Are you taking the piss out of me?" Or she was using a
That's
phrase.
a different crazy chick I think you're talking about. Yeah, the chick with the short black hair.
Oh,
This was another one that the big guy was trying to get with. And I think she was kind of heavy set. And she kept arguing with you about who had the better weed. She was like, "My weed's better than your weed," and whatever. I don't know. There's so many different times.
But see, I'm not really a generally argumentative person.
No.
You know? So
You only really got mad at me one time in Las Vegas. Vegas. I have to pee really bad though. Can we?
I love you. We'll talk about my grandma next time.
Next time we're going to talk about your grandma and Vegas and Arizona. Those are three things we had.
Holy shit, I forgot about Arizona. Oh my God, I'm sorry, I cursed. Okay, that's it. Yeah. Love you guys. Hope you have a good night. Stay safe. Talk to you later.
How do I watch this? How do I watch this?
Oh, I'll put it on like YouTube, and then I'll put it on my podcast, the sound.
I'm going to see how ugly I am.
What?
All right. I'm just kidding. Yeah. All right, Mel, I love you.
Love you too.
God bless you. This was amazing. Hit me up outside of this, and we'll just FaceTime or chat.
Sounds good. All right. Talk to you later.
Bye.